Hey, so I've heard that Apple has released some new MacBook Pros. Can you tell me more about them?
Yes, that's correct. Apple has released 3 new MacBook Pros along with 3 variants of the new M3 chip. Wait. 3 new MacBook Pros with 3 variants of the M3 chip. So just like the M2 series, right? Not exactly. The base model MacBook Pro is quite different, and the configuration between each M3 chip is quite different from the M2 series. How so? Let me show you. Apple has just released the new M3 chips alongside the new MacBook Pros. So today I've created the ultimate guide to help you guys decide which M3 chip you need. Apple has released 3 new variants of the M3 chip, following the same pattern as the M1 and the M2, excluding the Ultra, which typically comes the year after. The M3 family consists of the standard M3, the M3 Pro, and the M3 Max. This family of chips are all built on the new 3nm process, which allows for better efficiency and performance. These chips include several upgrades across the board, especially in the CPU and GPU department. The GPU department has been improved significantly with an all-new GPU architecture, bringing new features such as hardware-accelerated ray tracing, mesh shading, and dynamic caching. This allows heavier utilization for graphic-intensive applications across the M3 family, enabling more visually complex scenes and capabilities in processing. This year, Apple has made the difference between each chip more catered towards each audience's needs, with each chip having a distinct difference between each other. So let's jump into each of the chips and see what the differences between each other are and what you need to know. Let's start with the standard M3. The M3 chip follows the same formula as the M2 with 8 CPU cores, 10 GPU cores, a 16-core neural engine, along with up to 24GB of unified memory. The standard M3 still only supports up to 1 external display. Apple is citing that the M3 is up to 5 times faster than the M1 MacBook Pro in certain tasks. Currently, the M3 can only be bought in the baseline MacBook Pro and the new 24-inch iMac. So who is the standard M3 for? The M3 is perfect for users looking for more power than what is offered on the MacBook Air, but don't utilize heavy GPU or extreme CPU applications. These new M3 devices all have fans, unlike the Air, giving better sustained performance on heavier workloads. The M3 is the balance between efficiency and performance, with a massive 22-hour battery life on the MacBook Pro. The CPU performance on the standard M3 is really impressive, but the GPU isn't quite next level. If you do need more GPU performance, you would have to look at the M3 Pro or the M3 Max. The performance on the M3 covers low to mid-range power users with great capabilities for these types of applications and usages. Heavy productivity, average 1080p video editing and light 4K editing, average to heavy music production, average Photoshop and image processing, and average code compiling. Keep in mind that the limitations of the M3 will hinder advanced power users and creators with more professional setups. The M3 can only support 1 external display and can only support up to 24GB of unified memory. So if you have more than 1 display or need more RAM, the M3 probably isn't for you. That's when you will have to turn to the M3 Pro or the M3 Max. Since the new baseline 14-inch MacBook Pro is the only MacBook with the M3 chip, let's take a look at it. The new baseline 14-inch MacBook Pro is the same as its more powerful counterparts, minus 1 Thunderbolt port and 1 fan. This means you'll still get an amazing Super Retina XDR display with mini LED and amazing brightness on it, along with an HDMI port and an SD card reader, combined with a sleek design. It also has the best battery life for Apple's smaller laptops, making it perfect for users who need performance for longer. In conclusion, the M3 and the MacBook Pro provides great capabilities and performance for users who need a reliable laptop that can sustain performance for a long time, with enough power for most tasks and even some heavier tools, alongside a 22-hour massive battery. However, the limitations of having only 1 external display and up to 24GB of unified memory makes the M3 chip unsuitable for advanced creators and professionals. I would recommend the M3 to heavy productivity users, beginner creators, and professionals who need a reliable on-the-go creative device. It is also more suitable for users who use 1 Pro application at a time. Now let's take a look at the M3 Pro. The M3 Pro is a big step up from the standard M3 and contains many benefits and features that more professionals will be more inclined towards. The M3 Pro is probably the best recommendation for most professionals and creators out there. The M3 Pro is slightly different from the M2 Pro, and let's take a look at it. This time around, the M3 Pro has up to 12 CPU cores, 11 on the base model, and up to 18 GPU cores, 14 on the base model M3. This is quite different from last year because the M2 Pro featured a 19-core GPU instead of 18 this year. The bandwidth has also been reduced when compared to the M2 Pro, which is quite unusual, along with the core allocations for the CPU. The M3 Pro features 6 efficiency cores and 6 high-performance cores, compared to last year's 8 performance cores and 4 high-efficiency cores. We also still get the updated 16-core Neural Engine, and Apple has also added an extra 2GB of unified memory on all the M3 Pro models. You can also expand up to 36GB of unified memory and have support for up to 2 displays. Apple is citing that the M3 Pro is up to 2.4 times faster than the M1 Pro. Currently, it is only available on the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros. So who is the M3 Pro for? The M3 Pro is the best chip for most users who need performance and utilize heavy CPU and GPU applications. It's the right chip for most power users, creators, and professionals who don't utilize extreme workloads. The M3 Pro is a more performance-oriented chip, providing much more capabilities and abilities than the standard M3. So you may have noticed that I've been saying that there's a base model M3 Pro and there's the M3 Pro. So let's take a look at the two versions. The main difference between the two models are the 4 extra GPU cores and 1 extra CPU core on the standard M3 Pro. The 1 extra CPU core won't make much difference, but the 4 extra GPU cores is the upgrade you should make if you need that slight GPU headroom. But my recommendation would be to use the money on upgrading the unified memory to 36GB, which will make a significant difference compared to 4 extra GPU cores. The performance on the M3 Pro covers mid to heavy power users, with great capabilities for these types of applications and usages. Extreme productivity, heavy music production, heavy video editing, heavy graphic design, Photoshop and image processing, heavy code compiling and processing. The M3 Pro is suitable for a wide range of heavy users, creators, and professionals who are looking for powerful performance to cover a wide range of tasks. The M3 Pro is capable of delivering and providing enough headroom to be able to use multiple heavy applications at the same time without missing a beat. The M3 Max sees quite a significant difference from the M2 Max, with several different key features. It now has up to 16 CPU cores with 12 performance cores and 4 high-efficiency cores, which is up from 12 from the M2 Max. It also now features up to 40 GPU cores, which is up from 36 on the M2 Max. There are also 2 variants like the M3 Pro, one with 14 CPU cores and 30 GPU cores, and another one with 16 CPU cores and 40 GPU cores. It also has the same 16-core Neural Engine found on the standard M3 and the M3 Pro. The M3 Max now starts with 4GB more unified memory with 36GB at the base level. We also now have the ability to add up to 128GB of unified memory with the M3 Max. The M3 Max also supports up to 4 external displays like the M2 Max and the M1 Max, and it is about 80% faster than the M1 Max according to Apple. It is also currently only available on the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro. So who is the M3 Max for? The M3 Max is for the extreme power user who needs every single bit of CPU and GPU performance for their workload, putting every single inch of power into a laptop. Most people know who they are and already got their eyes on the M3 Max. So which version do you need? The base M3 Max is quite different from the M3 Pro and provides a significant boost in CPU and GPU performance, nearly doubling the M3 Pro's GPU cores and adding more performance CPU cores. And if you need the absolute best performance, the M3 Max with 16 CPU cores and 40 GPU cores will be the right choice. The performance on the M3 Max covers extreme heavy users, with great capability for these applications and usages. Extreme productivity. You don't really need the M3 Max for this. In this case, I would advise you to go with the M3 Pro. Extreme video editing, heavy 4K and 8K. Extreme music production, 1000 plus tracks. Extreme graphic design, 3D rendering, ray tracing, extreme model designing. Extreme code compiling and processing. The M3 Max is the chip for the extreme user. If you know that you're going to be utilizing extreme workflows, several intense applications, and specific extreme CPU and GPU workloads, the M3 Max is the one to go for. It is the highest performing chip you can get in a MacBook Pro. So that wraps up the M3 buying guide. Hopefully this will help you make an educated decision on which M3 chip do you need to buy. I'm Upwards and that's it for this video.